Dolphin and Princess Mare. At the bottom of the blue ocean, there was a beautiful coral castle. The king of coral and his daughter, Princess Mare, lived there. Princess Mare had a special friend. That was Dolphin, a lively dolphin. Every morning, Dolphin swam by the window of Princess Mare's room. "Good morning, Princess Mare. What fun things shall we do today?" Dolphin asked every day. One day, Princess Mare said to Dolphin, "Let's go find a new friend today." The two swam through the coral forest. Then they found a little octopus named Tuck. Tuck was a little shy, but he opened up to Princess Mare and Dolphin's kind smiles. "Hello, Tuck. Let's play together," said Dolphin. "Yes, but what do we play?" Tuck asked. "How about playing hide and seek with seaweed?" Princess Mare suggested. We all enjoyed playing hide and seek while swimming among the seaweed. The dolphins were very fast and could not find anyone, but Tuck was good at hiding in small holes. Princess Mare was good at finding everyone, and many laughs echoed through the sea. In the afternoon, we all took a break. Princess Mare brought a lunch box that she had made herself. The lunch box contained seaweed salad and coral fruit. "Let's all eat together," said Princess Mare. Dolphin and Tuck happily ate Princess Mare's lunch box. "It's very delicious," said Dolphin happily. After that, Princess Mare and Dolphin returned to the coral castle and told the king of coral about what happened today. The king listened with a smile. "I'm glad you had a good day, Mare." Princess Mare and Dolphin spent the next day together. Today, they decided to participate in a festival held in the square in the sea. At the festival, colorful fish gathered and enjoyed dancing and music. Princess Mare and the dolphin also danced together, and laughter never stopped. During the festival, Princess Mare and the dolphin met a big sea turtle named San. San was very wise and had a long history of traveling the sea. "Hello, San. Please tell me the story of your journey," said Princess Mare. San smiled and answered. "Of course, I'll be happy to tell you. Once upon a time, when I was young." San's story was very interesting, and Princess Mare and the dolphin listened enthusiastically. San's story was a tale of a faraway sea country, a beautiful coral garden, and a brave adventure in which he overcame a big storm. Princess Mare was moved by the story and wanted to see everything the sea has to offer one day. In the evening, as the festival was coming to an end, Princess Mare expressed her gratitude to San. "Thank you for the wonderful story. I want to see many places like you, Turtle, one day." Turtle smiled and said, "You have the courage and curiosity. I'm sure you will have a wonderful journey." That night, Princess Mare returned to the castle and told the king of coral the story of Turtle. The king smiled at the sparkle in his daughter's eyes. "Mare, it's wonderful that you have a dream. Don't forget your dream and spend each day cherishing it. The next day, Princess Mare and Dolphin went to school in the sea. There, many young fish were gathered. Princess Mare was teaching the fish about the sea and how to swim as a teacher. Dolphin also joined in, teaching the fish the fun of learning while playing. Today, let's all explore the coral garden, Princess Mare suggested. The fish were delighted and swam through the coral garden with Dolphin. They cheered every time they found colorful coral or rare sea creatures. During the break, everyone ate the sea fruits that Princess Mare had brought. Dolphin showed off her special skills and made the fish laugh. Princess Mare was happiest when she saw the smiles of the fish. After school, Princess Mare and Dolphin went to the sea library. There were many old scrolls and books. Princess Mare read a little bit of books every day to expand her knowledge. Dolphin was also very interested and read books with her. Which book shall we read today? Dolphin asked. Shall we read a book about the sea constellations today? Princess Mare replied. Princess Mare and Dolphin opened the book and learned about the sea constellations. At night, the two of them rose to the surface of the sea and looked up at the sky. The sky was full of shining stars. Look, that's the constellation of Delphinus, Princess Mare pointed. Dolphin jumped excitedly. You really look like a dolphin. Looking up at the starry sky, Princess Mare and Dolphin talked about their dreams. One day, I want to have a big party under the stars, Princess Mare said. That's wonderful. I want to join in, too, Dolphin replied. One day, Princess Mare and Dolphin participated in a concert in the sea. At the concert, the fish played their favorite instruments and made beautiful music. Princess Mare played the harp and Dolphin played the xylophone. Their performance was wonderful and received a big round of applause from everyone. After the concert, Princess Mare and Dolphin enjoyed a dance party in the sea with their friends. As they danced to the music, Princess Mare was filled with happiness. Dolphin, today was really fun, Princess Mare said. Yes, the most important thing is to spend time with everyone, Dolphin smiled. In this way, Princess Mare and Dolphin's days passed happily with many friends. Dolphin was a precious friend who was always by Princess Mare's side and made her smile. Both Princess Mare and Dolphin were grateful that every day was a special day. The end. Adventure in the Magical Forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway country, there was a small village. There lived a boy named Alan and his sister Emily. Alan was 10 years old and Emily was 8 years old, and the two were very close friends. Every day, the two enjoyed adventures around the village. One evening, Alan and Emily were playing in the forest near the village. This forest was called the Magic Forest, and it was said that many mysterious things happened there. As the sun was setting, the two of them went deep into the forest. In the forest, there were glowing trees and rainbow-colored flowers. It felt like they were in a storybook. After walking a while, the two found a small door at the base of a big old tree. "Let's open this door," Emily said excitedly. Alan was also curious, so he turned the door handle. Then, the door opened with a creaking sound. Inside, there was a spiral staircase. "Let's go," Alan said, and the two began to go down the stairs. When they went down the stairs, they found a vast underground world. Shining stars were floating in the sky, and fluffy grass was growing on the ground. The two were amazed at the beautiful sight. As the two were walking, a small fairy flew up. "Welcome to the magical forest underground world. I'm Lily, your guide to this world," the fairy said. Lily took the two and guided them to the magical forest kingdom. In the kingdom, beautiful castles and wizards lived. In particular, the large lake in the center of the kingdom sparkled in the moonlight. A beautiful queen with white hair was standing by the lake. She welcomed them kindly and said, "I have been waiting for your visit. Our kingdom is currently facing a big problem. An evil wizard is trying to seal the lake. If the lake is sealed, the magic of this kingdom will also disappear." Alan and Emily stood up bravely and declared, "We will stop that wizard." The queen smiled and handed them both magic wands. "With this wand, you will be able to use any kind of magic," she said. Together with Lily, the two headed to the evil wizard's castle. There were scary dragons and goblins around the castle, but Alan and Emily used the magic of their wands to fend them off. When the dragon tried to spit fire, Alan raised his wand to create a wall of water and extinguished the flames. The goblins instantly turned into a flower field with Emily's magic, and the two continued to move forward. When they entered the castle, it was a cold and dark atmosphere. After walking down a long corridor, they arrived in front of a large door. When they opened the door, the evil wizard was waiting for them. "It's funny that kids like you would stand up to me," the wizard laughed. "We will stop you to save this kingdom," Alan shouted, and Emily also raised her wand. The two of them worked together and unleashed a powerful spell. Alan pushed the wizard back with wind magic, and Emily weakened his power with light magic. The wizard tried to fight back, but was overwhelmed by the combined attack of the two and was finally sealed away. The seal on the lake was broken, and peace returned to the kingdom. The queen and the people of the kingdom gave Alan and Emily a big banquet to express their gratitude. At the banquet, there was delicious food and fun music, and the two enjoyed themselves to the fullest. There are still many secrets in this magical forest. "Please come and play anytime," said Lily. The two expressed their gratitude and promised to visit again someday. As night fell, the two followed the path to return to their original world. After passing through the forest, they saw a village under the starry sky. When they returned home, they told their parents about their adventure, and their parents smiled and said, "You had a wonderful dream." That night, Alan and Emily fell into a deep sleep. In their dreams, they once again enjoyed an adventure in the magical forest. They continued to sleep happily, confident that new adventures awaited them in the future. The end. Suzu's precious family. In a small town, a girl named Suzu lived. Suzu lived with her kind mother and father and her little brother Kenta. Suzu's family was always close, and they cherished the time they spent together. One day, her father said, "Let's go on a picnic together next Sunday." Suzu was overjoyed and started preparing for the picnic with her mother. They made a lot of sandwiches, rice balls, fruit, and snacks. Kenta was also excited, saying, "I'll bring a ball." On the day of the picnic, the family got up early in the morning, got in the car, and headed to a park full of greenery. When they arrived at the park, their father spread out a big sheet, and their mother laid out the food. Suzu and Kenta immediately started running around with their balls. After playing for a while, the whole family had lunch. The sandwiches that their mother made were very delicious, and Kenta said with a smile, "It's delicious," as he stuffed his cheeks with rice balls. Dad also said happily, "This is the best time to spend with my family." After dinner, Suzu said, "Dad, Mom, let's all take a picture." Dad set up the camera and the whole family lined up. "Say cheese!" Dad pressed the shutter and everyone's smiles were captured on camera. In the afternoon, Suzu and Kenta spent their time drawing pictures in the shade of a tree. Kenta proudly showed his picture of his whole family, saying, "This is our family." Mom and Dad also praised him, saying, "It's a nice picture." After that, Kenta started playing a little further away with a ball. Dad warned him, "Kenta, don't go too far," but Kenta was having so much fun that he got lost deep in the park. Suzu said to Mom, "Kenta's gone," with a worried look on her face. Mom and Dad immediately went to look for Kenta. Suzu also looked for him with Mom, holding her hand tightly. Dad called out loudly, "Kenta, where are you?" But there was no response. The family searched all over the park. First, they went to the playground with the slide, but they couldn't find Kenta. Next, they went to the sandbox, but Kenta wasn't there either. Suzu asked anxiously, "Kenta, where are you?" After that, the family headed toward the big pond. Dad said, "Kenta, be careful around the pond because it's dangerous," but Kenta was nowhere to be found around the pond either. Suzu was so worried that she cried, "Kenta, we have to find him quickly." After searching for a while, they heard a small voice from afar. "Dad, Mom." It was Kenta's voice. Mom ran toward the voice and found Kenta sitting in the shade of a tree, crying. Mom hugged him tenderly and said, "Kenta, are you okay?" It must have been scary. Wiping away his tears, Kenta said, "I got lost." His father reassured him, saying, "It's okay now. We're all together as a family." Suzu also looked relieved and said, "I'm glad we found you, Kenta." The family returned to the car seat and Kenta explained how scared he was. "I suddenly lost sight of my surroundings and didn't know which way to go," Kenta said. His mother encouraged him, saying, "Let's not get separated from each other next time." After that, the family decided to enjoy a picnic again. Kenta gradually regained his strength and painted pictures with Suzu in the shade of the trees. His father said, "The most important thing is for the family to be together," and his mother smiled, saying, "Yes, I'm really glad everyone is safe." In the evening, as the sun was setting, the family got in the car and headed home. Suzu said, "Today's picnic was really fun," and her mother smiled and said, "Let's all come again." When they got home, his father suggested, "Let's all take a bath together today." After getting into the bath, Kenta said, "Let's make a castle out of bubbles," and everyone played with the bubbles. Suzu also said happily, "The bubble castle is finished." After getting out of the bath, Suzu and Kenta put on their pajamas and sat on their father and mother's laps in the living room. When their mother asked, "What story would you like to tell us today?" Suzu said, "Tell us about today's picnic." Their father said, "So, this is how today's picnic started," and began to happily tell the story of what had happened since the morning. Suzu and Kenta listened to their father's story and remembered their fun day again. When the story was over, their mother said, "Now, it's time to go to bed." Suzu and Kenta went to bed saying, "Good night, Dad and Mom." Suzu closed her eyes in bed, thinking, family is really important. The fun memories of today gently spread through Suzu's heart, and she soon fell into a deep sleep. From then on, Suzu's family always spent fun times together, deepening their family bonds. Suzu went to sleep every night feeling happy, knowing how precious time with her family was. The end. The Sleeping Forest Family. Once upon a time, deep in the forest, there was a place called Sleeping Forest. This forest had a magic spell that allowed everyone to sleep soundly at night, no matter how busy the day. In the center of the forest, there was a small house. Mother Bear, Father Bear, and two little bears, Lala and Lily, lived there. Every night, after dinner, the whole family would gather around the big bed and Mother Bear would read a story to them. One night, Mother Bear said she would tell them a special story. "Today is a special night. I'll tell you a story to give everyone sweet dreams." Lala and Lily listened to Mother Bear's words with shining eyes. Once upon a time, sleeping fairies lived in this forest. At night, they would cast a sleeping spell throughout the forest so that everyone could sleep soundly. But one day, the animals in the forest got so busy that they forgot about the fairies. Father Bear nodded and said, "That's right." The fairies got sad and went away somewhere far away. Lala asked curiously, "So, what happened?" One day, an animal couldn't sleep at night. After a series of sleepless nights, the animal finally went out to look for the fairies. Mother Bear continued, "Who was that animal?" Lily asked curiously. "That was..." Father Bear smiled. "It was our ancestor bear." Lala and Lily were surprised and said in unison, "Our ancestor?" "Yes, he traveled deep into the forest to find the fairies." When he finally found them, the animals apologized for forgetting about them because they were so busy, Mother Bear said. The fairies were angry at first, but they were moved by the ancestor bear's sincere apology and decided to cast a sleeping spell again. And all the animals in the forest were able to sleep soundly again. Father Bear smiled and added, "That's why it's important for us to always remember to be grateful, even in our busy lives." As Lala and Lily listened to the story, their eyes gradually became heavy. Mother Bear quietly said, "Now, everyone, it's time to go to bed. The fairies will watch over you, so let's sleep peacefully." When the whole family got into the big bed, silence enveloped the forest. Outside, the soft moonlight shone on the trees, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. Lala and Lily fell into a deep sleep, surrounded by the gentle voice of Mother Bear. That night, they had a beautiful dream. In their dream, they had a fun adventure in the forest with the sleeping fairies. They helped to cast magic so that the animals in the forest could sleep soundly. The warmth and kindness they felt in their dream remained in their hearts in reality. The next morning, Lala and Lily woke up and talked about their dream the night before. It was so much fun to go on an adventure with the fairies, Lala said. Lily agreed and smiled. Yes, it was a really wonderful dream. That day, the family played in the forest all day. They climbed trees, picked delicious berries, and splashed around in the river. In the evening, Mother Bear prepared dinner, and everyone enjoyed a delicious meal. After the meal, Father Bear suggested, "Let's all go to see the stars tonight." Lala and Lily were delighted and shouted, "Yes, let's go see the stars." The whole family went outside and looked up at the night sky. The starry night sky was very beautiful, and the silence of the forest calmed their hearts. Father Bear said gently, "Looking at the stars somehow calms my heart. When I was a child, I used to look up at the night sky and talk about my dreams." Mother Bear also smiled and said, "Yes. When I look at the stars, I feel like the fairies are watching over me." That night, the family spent a quiet time under the stars. Lara and Lily fell asleep peacefully in the arms of Father Bear and Mother Bear. The forest was silent again, and the soft night breeze gently shook the trees. The next morning, Lara and Lily woke up and talked about their dreams. I had a wonderful dream last night. I dreamed that I was dancing with the star fairies, said Laura. Lily agreed and smiled. The star fairies really are watching over us. The family had a fun day that day too. In the afternoon, they had a picnic in the forest. Laura and Lily enjoyed delicious sandwiches and fruit made by Mother Bear. In the evening, Father Bear suggested, "Today, let's all make up a story. Let's make it about our adventure." Laura and Lily were delighted and shouted, "Yes, let's make up a story." The whole family gathered on the big bed and each of them took turns telling a story. One day, Laura and Lily decided to go on a great adventure in the sleeping forest. Mother Bear began. They found a special flower deep in the forest. It was a magical flower that glowed at night. Father Bear continued. When we picked the flower and brought it home, the whole family started having wonderful dreams. In our dreams, we had fun adventures with the fairies. Lala and Lily added their own stories. In our dreams, we flew in the sky with the fairies and swam in the sea of stars. It was so much fun. The whole family finished making up their stories with smiles on their faces. Lala and Lily's eyelids became heavy and they gradually fell asleep. Mother Bear gently said, "Now, everyone, it's time to go to bed. The fairies will watch over you, so sleep peacefully." When the whole family got into the big bed, the forest was once again enveloped in silence. The soft moonlight illuminated the trees, and a gentle breeze gently rustled the leaves. Lala and Lily slept soundly, surrounded by the gentle voices of Mother Bear and Father Bear. The end. Mysterious Night Animals. One quiet night, Yukuin and Yuchan went to bed in their house in a small forest. It was completely silent outside, and the stars were twinkling. "Good night, Yuchan," said Yukuin, the older brother. "Good night, Yukuin," Yuchan replied. Just as they were about to close their eyes, they heard a strange sound outside the window. Rustling. Rustling. What is that sound? Yukuin went to the window, and there were small animals gathered there. Squirrels, rabbits, owls, they all seemed to be gathered together and discussing something. "Look, Yuchan! The animals are gathered together," said Yukuin. Yuchan also came to the window and asked curiously, "You're right. I wonder why they're all gathered together." At that moment, the owl looked up at them with his big eyes and said, "Good evening, Yukuin and Yuchan. Tonight is a special night. We're all going to have a festival." "A festival? What kind of festival?" asked Yuchan. "Well, it's a star festival. Tonight the stars shine the most beautifully," answered the squirrel. "Wow, that sounds fun," said Yukuin. "Come on, let's go." "Let's celebrate together," said the rabbit, holding out his hand. The two happily jumped out of the window and headed into the forest with the animals. There, under a big tree, many lamps were lit, sparkling under the starry sky. Wow! I've never seen so many stars. Yu-chan was impressed. Tonight is a special night, said the owl with a smile. The animals were dancing and singing happily. The squirrel brought some nuts, which they all shared and ate. The rabbit brought some carrots and gave them to both of them. "Thank you, Rabbit," said Yukuin. "You're welcome. The most important thing is for everyone to have fun," laughed the rabbit. At that moment, the squirrel suddenly shouted, "Wow! The nuts have rolled off the ground." Yukuin and Yu-chan laughed as they picked up the nuts. "We'll help you with these." When everyone had finished collecting the nuts, the rabbit declared, "Now, it's time to dance." The animals formed a circle and started dancing to fun music. Yukuin and Yu-chan also danced together, but suddenly Yu-chan tripped and fell. "Are you okay?" Yukuin asked worriedly, but Yu-chan laughed and said, "I'm fine." The animals who were watching also laughed loudly. "Yu-chan, you're full of energy," said the squirrel. After that, the rabbit appeared with a big basket. "Everyone, come here. We have a delicious treat for you." The animals gathered around the cage. Inside the cage were fluffy pancakes, strawberry jam, cream cheese, and hot milk. The squirrel told them it's delicious to spread jam on the pancakes and eat them with hot milk. Yukuin and Yu-chan also picked up some pancakes. Yu-chan exclaimed, "This jam is so delicious." "The hot milk is warm and delicious, too," Yukuin said. We all ate the pancakes while chatting happily. The owl told us these pancakes are made with a special recipe. They are made from wheat that has been exposed to a lot of starlight. That's why they're so delicious. Yu-chan was impressed. After enjoying the food, the animals started dancing again. This time, Yu-chan also danced well without falling. We all held hands and had a great time. Soon, the two of them started to get sleepy. The owl noticed and said, "It's about time to go home." "But it's sad that this fun festival is over," said Yu-chan. "Don't worry. This festival will continue every year. Let's celebrate together again next year," said the owl gently. "And I have a special present for you," said the squirrel. The squirrel gave them a small necklace made of nuts. This is a special necklace that contains the sparkle of the stars. When you have this, you can always remember the Star Festival. "Thank you, squirrel." Yukuin and Yu-chan received the necklace with great joy. Yukuin and Yu-chan said goodbye to the animals and returned to their home through the window. They got into bed and quickly fell asleep, remembering the fun events of the night. Good night, Yukuin and Yu-chan. The mysterious night animals will be waiting for you again next year. The Star Festival continues as the night sky shines. Fluffy Cloud Cradle. One day, there was a white cloud floating softly in the blue sky. This cloud has a special power, and at night it gently hugs children and lulls them to sleep. The name of the cloud is Fluffy Cloud. Every night, when the fluffy cloud finds children having trouble sleeping through the windows of various houses, it gently approaches them, rocks them like a cradle, and sings them a gentle sleep song. One night, a little boy named Rio couldn't sleep in his bed. When Rio couldn't sleep, he always liked to look out the window and watch the stars and moon. But this night was a special night. The fluffy cloud had come near Rio's house. Rio opened the window and found the fluffy cloud. "Good evening, Fluffy Cloud." "I can't sleep," Rio said, and the fluffy cloud smiled gently and descended next to Rio's bed. "Good evening, Rio Kun." "I'll hold you gently, so don't worry," said the fluffy cloud. Then the fluffy cloud hugged Rio softly and began to sing a gentle song. Sleeping, rolling, a gentle wind blowing. Let's ride on the fluffy cloud and go to the land of dreams. Rio gradually began to close his eyes as he listened to the fluffy cloud's singing voice. The cloud's gentle embrace and singing voice made Rio feel at ease. Rio was wrapped in a comfortable sleep and was able to have a fun adventure in his dream. In his dream, Rio was in a meadow with beautiful flowers blooming. There were little fairies flying around and rainbow-colored butterflies dancing. Rio danced and sang with the fairies and had a fun time. The meadow in his dream seemed like a magical land to Rio. The fairies were kind to Rio and showed him special magical items. Everything was shining: the rainbow feathers, the bottles that held the moonlight, the little musical bells. Rio was moved by the beauty and said thank you to the fairies. Rio continued to play with the fairies. They invited Rio to a special tree house. The house was on top of a tree and shone like a jewel hidden among the branches and leaves. Inside the house were soft cushions and fluffy blankets. The fairies gave Rio hot tea and sweet cookies. Rio's heart was warmed by their kindness and he smiled with relief. Meanwhile, the fluffy cloud made sure that Rio was fast asleep and quietly returned to the sky. Then, the next night, it headed to the children who could not sleep. Every night, somewhere, the fluffy cloud gently wrapped the children in its arms and brought them a comfortable sleep. Rio had many adventures in his dreams. Sometimes he crossed the sea, sometimes he crossed the mountains, he met new friends, and his dreams were full of fun events. Rio in his dreams seemed very happy. In his dream, Rio crossed the rainbow bridge and arrived at the kingdom above the clouds. There, he was welcomed by his fluffy cloud friends. Rio met the king and princess of the clouds and received a special blessing from them. The king told Rio, "We will protect you so that you can always have happy dreams." When morning came, Rio woke up and remembered the fluffy cloud. He looked forward to the fluffy cloud visiting him again. From that day on, Rio was able to sleep peacefully every night. His heart became calm when he thought that the fluffy cloud was always by his side. One night, Rio's friend Mare was crying because she couldn't sleep. Rio remembered the fluffy cloud and told her about it. The fluffy cloud will come to you. You will be able to fall asleep quickly, so you can relax, Rio told Mare. Then, the fluffy cloud really appeared, hugged Mare gently, and began to sing a soothing song. Mare fell asleep immediately. The fluffy cloud will continue to gently embrace sleepless children somewhere and bring them a comfortable sleep. Since that night, whenever Rio remembered the fluffy cloud, he was able to fall asleep peacefully. And every night, Rio continued to have happy dreams, looking forward to meeting the fluffy cloud. Even after Rio grew up, he never forgot about the fluffy cloud. Even as an adult, he would occasionally look up at the night sky and look for the fluffy cloud, remembering its kindness and warmth. And Rio told his own children stories about the fluffy cloud. The children were able to fall asleep peacefully just like Rio after hearing the stories. The magic of the fluffy cloud spread to Rio's family and friends and continued to protect the peaceful sleep of children for generations. The fluffy cloud always floats gently in the night sky, watching over the sleepless children. Now Rio and his friends can sleep peacefully thanks to the fluffy cloud. The fluffy clouds can be used anytime, anywhere to gently embrace sleepless children. The end. Let's end today's story here. Have a good rest and have sweet dreams. Good night.
you